Good day, everyone. I'm Karen Bonadeo. I'm Senior Director of Alumni Relations here at the Harvard Kennedy School. And we just want to say congratulations to all of you on your recent graduation and welcome to the HKS Alumni community. We're so lucky to have all of you join us, and we look forward to sharing with you our alumni benefits. Also joining us on this call today are my colleagues, Kristen Meserve, who's the Senior Associate Director of Alumni Relations, and Hannah Nguyen, who is our Alumni Relations Specialist, as well as Kimberly Thomas, who is the Alumni Relations and HKS Fund Coordinator. Oops. We're just going to go to the next slide. Okay, here we go. So the HKS Alumni Association is includes all HKS alumni. So you are now a lifetime member. It includes 26 regional networks and shared interest groups. And it also we also have a number of reunion class committees where our team works on reunion on a 5-year cycle. So the purpose is to promote lifelong engagement with each other and with HKS, and to encourage continuous learning and service to the public interest and represent HKS within your organization or community. We do hold an annual meeting of the Alumni Association during reunion each year, and that is the largest gathering of our community and an opportunity and is open to all. And it's also hosted by the HKS Alumni Board, so it's a great opportunity to kind of connect with our board members and others in the community. So we can go to the next slide. So HKS alumni around the world, you are now a member of one of the largest public policy networks in the world. We have over 26,000 degree program alumni, 70% of which live here in the United States. Also under the umbrella of alumni relations are the professional learning alumni. That includes 66,000 additional alumni, and they have either gone through the executive education program or the public leadership credential or a few others. We represent over 200 countries and territories. And as I mentioned, we have over 26 regional networks and shared interest groups. And we are in kind of the larger markets like DC, Boston, New York. We're developing the West Coast in San Francisco, and then our largest international population is in London. So if we go to the next slide. So your alumni benefits include using the directory and keeping your information up to date. And you have access to 2 directories. We have the HAA directory, which is a Harvard-wide directory, which gives you access to over 400,000 Harvard alumni that have graduated from the university or from one of the 11 professional schools. And there is an HKS directory, but that is slowly being phased out in the next year or so. Data and information is shared between the 2 directories. So we highly encourage you. Your status has changed as of yesterday from student to alumni. So you should have access to the HAA directory, and that's a great place to update your information so we know where you're living. And we highly encourage you to put in a personal email address. A personal email address allows us to communicate with you. And if you also share with us your location, we do a lot of regional programming. So that allows us to at least keep you informed of events that are happening in your city or region or where you're located. So there are a number of engagement opportunities once you become an HKS alum. You can join a regional network or shared interest group. There's also a number, if there is not an HKS network in your city or region, then you can also join a Harvard alumni club. They have much greater reach. I believe they have 250 regional clubs all over the world. and 50 shared interest groups, so under a number of affinities or interests. You can engage with our faculty with Wiener conference calls. Once again, a lot of our method of communicating with our alumni is through email. Wiener conference calls are offered, I believe, about 6 times a year, and those are really in-depth public policy conversations with faculty members. We also offer J-term shadowing. So hopefully some of the students who are on the call, some of the alumni who are joining us today, perhaps participated in January. It's a really great opportunity to connect with current students and offer opportunities for those students to shadow you in your current workplace or employment. We also have many campus partners, so that allows us to help admissions with student recruitment. And that's something we're hoping. I know that the alumni board has a great interest in this as well. And so we're really trying to develop how best to recruit volunteers and help with this process. You can also become a PAE client for those that are MPPs. We are working very closely with DPSA in terms of finding better ways to communicate with our alumni who are interested in becoming a PAE client to once again, create those connections between students and alumni. And also with our Office of Career Advancement, hopefully some of you participated in those career chats to help students with jobs and internships. And that's also just another way to kind of stay engaged with the university beyond graduation. Next slide. So as I mentioned, we have a number of HKS regional connections around the world. We also have 7 shared interest groups. So they are the ones listed here. We have the Adaptive Leadership Network, which will be celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. And their faculty lead with that is Ron Heifetz, and it's led by Laura Berlind, who's based in Washington, D.C. We have the Black Alumni Association that's led by Rudy Brioche. He's also based in Washington, D.C., and we're actually working with them to pilot a Black Alumni Reunion, which will hopefully be in the spring to coincide with New Admit Day and the Black Policy Conference. We have the Emerging Technologies Network, state and local government, that's actually at the moment dormant. So if there's any alumni or new grads that are interested in taking on this leadership, we're more than happy to speak with them about what's involved. We also have the Women's Network. They're quite robust, where they have cultural ambassadors, regional ambassadors all over the world. So it's a really great way to not only plug in on a global level, but also on a regional level as well. Women in Defense, Diplomacy, and Development. And then we also, our newest shared interest group is the HKS Alumni Pride Caucus. We have a number of publications and a way of just staying connected communications-wise with our alumni. You can join the FB alumni group, the office, our Office of Communications and Public Affairs. They also have a LinkedIn channel, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. You can watch forums events live online. That's through YouTube, which is another just great opportunity to kind of stay connected and see what's happening in the forum. We have a monthly e-newsletter highlighting alumni news, stories, and upcoming events. Hopefully all of you just received it a week or two ago with our June Alumni Connect. We also launched a weekly digest, and that's a way to kind of keep you informed and highlighting events that are happening on campus that week, and then any sort of regional events that are happening kind of in the future in certain areas. We also have the HKS Alumni Magazine that's published twice a year. And then if there are centers and institutes that you affiliated with as a student and would like to stay connected, then you can go to their websites and subscribe to their various newsletters. This is also something very important to our recent grads in terms of a library and lifelong learning. There are available resources from the library with your alumni status. And so it's a great way to still connect to the Harvard Library databases. And in terms of continuing education, Now, as a graduate, you will also receive a 30% discount for executive education courses. So staying connected, a few important next steps. We highly encourage you to keep your information updated in the alumni directory. As I said, it is the best method of communication for us to stay in touch with you, since most of our all of our communications are via email. The HAA, which is a Harvard Alumni Association, we're under their umbrella. They are moving forward with email forwarding, and an account for you will be created later this summer, and you will receive an email about that directly from the Harvard Alumni Association. We encourage you to complete the first destination survey, which was sent from DPSA. That's a way for us to, that information is shared between our offices. So we have an idea of, where you'll be located, and then a personal email address. It's more of that basic information so that we can get that into the alumni database. So as I said, if there's an interest in being more involved with the regional network, we have a sense of where you are. And then we ask you to stay in touch with the Alumni Relations Office and let us know how all of you would like to stay connected. In terms of whether it's a Facebook group or WhatsApp or other ways. The Alumni Relations Office, like our mission is to create short and long-term engagement opportunities with alumni between our internal campus partners and our external alumni, and we work with at least 500 to 600 alumni volunteers each year that kind of help us with our programming, the alumni board, our regional networks and shared interest groups. And it's just a really great way to stay involved and to have a great working relationship with the Alumni Relations Office. And so once again, we just want to say congratulations to all of you on your recent graduation, and we welcome you into the HKS Alumni Network. So we're available now to take any questions. Don't be shy.
Hi, my name is Abu Bakr. I'm sorry I missed the first 10 minutes of the meeting. So are you going to share the slides with us?
Yes, we are recording this webinar, and we will share the slides afterwards with all of those that registered for this webinar.
Fantastic. Thank you. One more question if no one else is going. Someone told me, I'm a member of the iLab this semester, and someone told me like we still have like one more year of access to the iLab after graduation. Do you know anything about this?
I do not know information about the iLab. I haven't received that question before, and we don't work with them, but I do know that your HKS email address, you should have received information from IT Tech. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I believe your HKS email will be good for a year, and that allows you some access to benefits. But you'll also be communicated from us and from IT when that opportunity is winding down, and when you really should, make sure that the university has a personal email address for you so that we can still keep you in the loop with all of our communications.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey there. It looks like you've got a few questions in the chat, and I also have Jessica Tang's question about library access.
Okay, so let's see. We'll start with the first, Nazreen. I'm curious about how to use, okay.
So you can ask librarians for help still. I just put a link in the chat that directs you to the page about library access in particular. So yes, you can reach out directly to them as an alum for help. And then on that page, there's a link that lists the databases that are available to you as alumni.
And I think that's same for Jessica Tang and then Emma. I would go to that website to see kind of what you have access to. I do believe there are some restrictions based upon your status when it's converted from student to alumni. And then also is our JAC profile. That's through the Office of Career Advancement. That's a great question. I don't have a good answer for that. So I know that the JAC database that they use is accessible for not only obviously students, but also employers, and some of those employers include alumni. I know it was technology built here at the Kennedy School, so I imagine that I guess we'll have to ask them if your profiles get converted over or not. But I would recommend that you reach out to the Office of Career Advancement if that's something for more information. Okay, I'm happy to give everyone the time back if we don't have any more questions. And as I said, we're just looking forward to seeing you at future events and hearing from you about your interests and how you'd like to stay involved. So thank you and have a wonderful day.